Right, the classic deck incident. Talk about a non sequitur, sending out a marketing pitch for a new computer system via ARPANET, genius move, or just incredibly naive? Nan, totally naive. But hey, it set the stage. Before that, you had Sanford Wallace's fax spammers getting shut down. Same story, different medium. People were already fed up with unwanted solicitations. And fast forward to the botnet era. This is where things get really nasty. We're talking about armies of compromised machines, essentially rented out by cybercriminals. Look at that 2017 chart. The spike in botnet-driven spam is stark. Cutwhale was a beast, sending out 170 billion emails in less than a year. That's not just annoying, that's industrial scale. Nan, industrial scale annoyance. Love that phrase. It paints a picture of a factory churning out junk, but why go through all this trouble? Compromising thousands of computers just to send emails. Seems like a lot of effort for, well, what exactly? The economics. It's not about making a killing per email, but volume. Think penny ante profits multiplied by billions. That tiny fraction of a cent per message adds up when you're talking about millions of messages per second. It's a numbers game, pure and simple. The infrastructure cost is high, but the marginal cost per email is practically zero. Nan. Okay, penny ante profits, but multiplied by billions of pennies. I see. So, it's not about the individual email being super valuable, but the sheer quantity ensures some return. It's like selling sand dollars, individually cheap, but if you sell enough, you make a decent pile. Still feels a bit like digital prostitution, doesn't it? You could say that, or maybe just digital sweatshop labor, but for malware authors. Either way, it works. And the scale, as shown by Cutwhale, proves the model is viable. Exactly. And the sophistication lies in how they operate. They don't just flood one server, they use a distributed network. Each infected machine sends only a small batch, so it looks normal traffic. Hard to spot unless you're actively looking for patterns across multiple sources. Nan. So, it's like a distributed denial of service attack, but instead of crashing a website, they're just flooding your inbox. Clever, in a dark way. And the targets are random too, right? No specific pattern, just casting a wide net hoping someone bites. New, pretty much. Random generation of email addresses, or scraping from compromised websites. The goal is to maximize reach without triggering immediate detection. It's low-key, persistent, and hard to trace back to the mastermind.
Right. So the basic junk mail is annoying, but the real danger is hidden in plain sight. Phishing, malware attachments. That's where the actual harm happens. It's like walking near a river. The water itself isn't always the threat, but the crocodiles lurking underneath definitely are. No, precisely. The simple spam is often just bait. It's designed to get you to click, to open, to engage. Once you do that, then the real payload, the phishing link, the ransomware attachment, can be delivered. It's a multi-stage attack, often starting with something seemingly harmless. That's why filtering is crucial, but also why users need to be educated.
And the cost of dealing with this mess is staggering. $8 to $10 billion globally each year. That's not just the cost of the tech filters, but also the human hours spent sorting, the lost productivity, the IT overhead. It's a massive drain on resources. Nan. $10 billion. That's more than the GDP of some small countries. Imagine the alternative uses for that money. Better healthcare, education, infrastructure. Instead, we're spending it trying to keep our digital mailboxes clean. It highlights how deeply embedded this digital pollution is in our economy. New. It's a hidden tax basically. Every company, every organization, pays it whether they admit it or not. It's baked into the cost of doing business online.
And it gets even messier politically. Remember the UK blocking emails from China back in 2001? That was a blunt instrument approach. Then came the 2003 US claims about 80% of foreign spam being from China. That really escalated things, leading to international finger-pointing and damage to China's image. Spam becomes a diplomatic headache. No, it certainly did. It shows how interconnected the internet is, and how easily problems can cross borders. When one country's infrastructure is used for attacks originating from another, it creates friction. It's not just a technical problem, it has geopolitical ramifications. Nan, exactly. It turns a local nuisance into a global conflict. It's a reminder that the internet isn't just a neutral space, it's a geopolitical arena too.
So, China responded. The China Internet Association stepped up, publishing a blacklist of 225 servers. Half domestic, half foreign. Interesting split. It was a public relations move, aiming to show they were taking action and holding others accountable. Nan, a public shaming campaign essentially, naming and shaming the culprits. The idea was to create pressure, both internally and externally, to clean up their act. It's a classic strategy for dealing with issues that are hard to regulate directly. Make the bad actors visible and socially unacceptable. New. It also aimed to differentiate between legitimate businesses and spammers. By identifying specific servers, they hoped to target the problem sources more effectively. Though, knowing spammers, they'd likely just move to new IPs quickly.
And they didn't stop there. They formalized it with a specification and created a dedicated working committee. This shows a move towards a more structured, institutional approach. It's not just about reacting anymore, but building a framework for ongoing anti-spam efforts. That meeting photo looks pretty serious. No, definitely. Formalizing the process helps with coordination, resource allocation, and potentially setting standards. Having a dedicated committee signals a long-term commitment, which is important for tackling a persistent problem like spam. It moves beyond just blacklists and into policy and regulation. Nan, it's about building a system, not just reacting to incidents. That's a sign of maturing governance in the digital space. Hopefully, it leads to tangible results.
Now, let's talk user protection. The absolute cardinal rule: never reply to spam. Seriously, don't do it. It's like telling the spammer, "Hey, I'm here, and I'm listening." They use these replies to confirm valid addresses and tailor future attacks. Nan. Oh yeah, the classic trap. People think, I'll just tell them to stop. Big mistake. It's like waving a red flag at a bull. You're confirming your email is active, and you're giving them exactly what they want, a confirmed target. It's like saying, here's my address, come, fill it up. Exactly. It validates their entire operation. It's a fundamental principle of cybersecurity hygiene. Don't engage with the bad guys.
So, what should people actually do? Use good filters, obviously, but also practice email hygiene. Don't plaster your main email everywhere online. Use those throwaway accounts for signing up to sites. Brilliant tip. Keep your primary inbox clean. No, absolutely. And be mindful of auto replies. If you're on vacation, fine, but don't leave it enabled indefinitely. It can inadvertently confirm your address to spammers. It's about minimizing your digital footprint and making it harder for them to find you. Layered defense is key. Nan, layered defense, like wearing armor against the spam arrows, it's all about reducing the attack surface. Makes sense? So, equip yourself, stay hidden, and ignore the noise.
Pretty much sums it up. Spam is a constant battle, constantly evolving. Understanding the enemy, the tactics, and the defenses is crucial. It's a multifaceted problem requiring everyone, users, companies, regulators, and researchers, to play their part. Nan. Yep, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Stay vigilant, keep learning, and hopefully, we can keep the digital rivers cleaner.